Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua, also known as Prince of Biltan on the internet. And today I wanted to make a short video about Armies on Parade. Specifically my army that I'm going to be entering into Armies on Parade tomorrow at the time of filming. Now, when you think of Armies on Parade, you might think of an event where you're going to see some incredible painters with some creative projects with scratch-built boards and incredible scenery. And that is true. You're also going to see me and a lot of hobbyists who are going to come along and bring along the projects that they've painted this year. Now, my board is going to be a cardboard tile from a Games Workshop board game and some scenery, but it's also going to contain a lot of love, a lot of passion, and a lot of models that I've painted this year. I really enjoy taking part in Armies on Parade as it gives me a chance to look back on what I've done. It really gives me that feeling of accomplishment for thinking, okay, here's what I did this year. How can I build on this for next year? Or how can I do something different that might inspire me? What might I see on the day that might make me go away and go, oh my God, I have to do that. So what I'd like to do is just show you my Salamanders Army. They are Primaris Salamanders that I've created from the Leviathan box game from Games Workshop. At the time they actually sent that one to me, so thank you very much. But I'm going to be entering this into the Best of Leviathan category at my local Warhammer store. Okay, I'm really excited to share my army with you, so let's get into it. This year in Armies on Parade, there's going to be a category called Best of Leviathan. And because of that, I've decided to enter my Leviathan Marines in this boarding actions, Space Hulk kind of setting. So I'd like to just show you a few of my miniatures and talk about what I like about them. And maybe if you're entering Armies on Parade this year, you can tell me a little bit about what you've been working on. Or maybe if you haven't, if you'd like to enter next year, talk to me in the comments. Think about what kind of projects that you might want to have done for next time. It really is an awesome experience to see all those armies laid out. But for now, let's start with this one. So, perhaps the centerpiece. Let's have dessert first. This is my Space Marine Captain in Terminator armor. I essentially painted this army as salamanders just because I really wanted to paint lots of fire swords. This was a effect that I really like, these kind of smouldering flaming weapons, and I've tried to carry that out as a theme across the army. I've also chosen this opportunity to practice a bit of freehand on the tilting shields and a little bit of work on the eyes. So the Space Marine Captain is very easily one of my favourite models from this set. I painted the Tyrannid on the base with the Hive Fleet Kraken colours. Like a little ode to my younger self. Tyrannids were this colour in White Dwarf when I got into Warhammer. So I wanted a bit of a homage to that on this miniature. Moving along, carrying across the fire motif, we have the Space Marine Terminator Librarian, which is an awesome new model that was featured fairly heavily in the trailer for 10th edition. I really love the runic inlays in this. I think it's really great. It makes them all stand out. And as you can see, I went quite heavily on the fire for this one, including making the runes quite white hot. And of course, some nice glowing eyes, like any good spellcaster. Primaris Lieutenant in Phobos armor. I've painted some cool little Tyranid blood on there, because I really wanted to carry across the purple from the flowers up onto the model. And I thought, what a great way for the acidic kind of blood of the Tyranids. This is such a creative model. And it really reminds me of the old Tyranid veterans, or the Tyrannic War veterans from around 5th edition Warhammer. This Apothecary Biologus, who I've heard does quite well in Warhammer 40k these days, paired up with some aggressors, but I thought this was an awesome model. Apothecaries are known for, of course, extracting the gene seed from fallen Space Marines. This guy seems to be carrying it in this tank here, which I think is really cool. A bit of extra detail there. I wanted to paint an electrocardiogram on reading onto his like wrist-mounted gadget. So like maybe he's sensing a battle brother that needs help. The lenses are something I really enjoyed doing on this army as well. So this army was an exercise in lots of different things, and it's really great to get to share this with you. While not a character, the return, i.e. the remake of the Space Marine Terminator, the classic Indomitus pattern Terminator, was something we were all very excited about for Leviathan. And I was no different. I really enjoyed, once again, carrying across that fire motif onto the sword, having the edges nice and cool, and igniting fire in the middle. Carrying that warm glow over to the lenses was a lot of fun as well. I tried to keep the black quite matte, quite muted, so really let the green and the red be the stars of the show here. So the Terminators are a very fun aspect of this army, and really are just one of the hallmark all-time greats from the Space Marine collection. So this might be one of my favourite models in the army, is this Stern Guard Sergeant, just because he was one of the first ones I painted, and he ended up being a bit of inspiration for the Sergeant. He has the flames on the tilting shield, the lenses, the nice burgundy robes, a little bit of freehand on the purity seal there. A little canister of special ammunition, and really just a really evocative model. It's really just one of my favourite sculpts. I can't praise this one enough. There's this heavy bolter armoured Stern Guard here. Got a little bit of weathering on, some scratches on the leather, just to make it look like he's been in the field for quite some time. The Stern Guard veterans, just, yeah, an amazing unit. Great to see them reimagined in Primaris scale. So with a new launch box obviously comes some new troops, and these are the Infernus Marines. These miniatures do have a slight difference about them compared with the rest, and they actually, you might not have noticed, but I actually changed my mind on the gold a little bit through the project. We ended up with this darker gold for most of the army and this paler gold for the start. This is Vallejo metal colour gold, and I found it a little too tricky to work with, to be honest. It's an incredible colour, but I ended up going for Scale Colours Necro Gold. So there are 10 Infernus Marines in this collection, but one of the models that we all really were blown away by was this old school ballistas style dreadnought. I really enjoyed working on this guy. His scale was a lot of fun. It was nice to paint all of his different lenses and lights. That grim gold against the green, the weathering. The purity seals that would describe the battles he's fought. The purity seal I forgot to paint. Don't worry, for Armies on Parade, he's going to be facing this way. And what a great model. So my final layout in the store is going to be a little bit different. I just thought I would get these guys out and show you all, because Armies on Parade is something that I really enjoy. I've only entered it twice. The last year I entered with my Destruction Force from Age of Sigmar, which maybe I'll make a video on if you enjoyed this one. But for now, I just really wanted to show off that little bit of something that Armies on Parade brings at the end of the year. Please talk about your armies and your projects in the comments. There's nothing I love more than talking with people about what excites them. And because of that, this video was fairly easy for me to make. So thank you all so much. Oh, and by the way, at the time of filming this, Armies on Parade is tomorrow. So I'll let you know if I win anything. I'm not expecting to. Taking part is enough for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like the video. It really does help out tiny channels like mine get up into the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if you would like some more hobby videos. I'm really enjoying making them. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.